Hey everyone, welcome back to Let Shine Desserts, where you can get your daily dose of baking, the Word of God, decorating, and much, much more. And it has been a long time. I'm sorry. I don't know what I've been doing actually. The last thing I posted, I think, was all the way in March. And for shorts, I don't know, I just kind of dread having to do the voiceovers. So that's why I have a lot of footage, but then I don't do anything with it. But it's summertime, so we're going to get back into that. So all this that I'm making right now, this is stuff that I made some weeks, maybe a month ago. So sorry about that. But I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of different desserts that I made in April, basically. So these right here were some double chocolate chip cookies, which I think I have a short on. It had white chocolate and then regular chocolate. And then one had a marshmallow surprise inside. And then these were some cinnamon toast crunch bars, like Rice Krispie treats. And then this was a thing I made for breakfast. I think it was like a banana thing with a peanut butter drizzle on top. I don't really know. But yeah, I really like the chocolate cookies that I had made. The marshmallow one, really nice. I loved it. The cookie is nice and soft. The cinnamon toast crunch one, I guess the look of it didn't appeal to people, sadly. Didn't appeal to my family, and I thought it tasted good, but I guess it just didn't look the best. But yeah. And so right now I am making some cupcakes that I'm going to be using for a mini cupcake variety pack that I'm doing for school. Basically, I'm just going to have chocolate and vanilla, but then the flavors of the frostings are all going to be different ones. So then it's a way I can show a variety of different flavors without having to do different batches of cupcakes. So I can just make my regular frosting and then just change up the different flavors for each one. I don't know if I said this here, but oh my gosh. There was a bug in my room, and I hate bugs. I don't get why God created them. They haven't brought any good use to me. Never in my life before. And I had to kill it by myself because my mom is sleeping and my dad isn't here. And my sister won't help me, so I had to do it myself. It's just, I can't. Never, ever, when I'm an adult, ever, nowhere, ever. I just can't do it, and I don't want to do it. It's just, even though we're more bigger than them, they're just crawling. They can just crawl into your stuff, into your food, and onto you. And it's just, sometimes you can't even tell. And it's just in your personal space. But anyways, these are some red velvet cookies I had made for an order. And right now, these are some brownies. I was going to cover it in some caramel. And then half of it, a cosmic brownie. So the chocolate ganache. But this time I used semi-sweet. So the color difference was kind of really dark to a mid brown, which we have right here. My brownies, they kind of I don't know, just sink more in the middle to where it's the upper corner parts are higher than the middle, which is generally fine, but sometimes it's not that good. But anyways, I finally figured out how to make my brownies the exact way that I want them, so they're just fudgy enough or not too dry, but also sweet enough so it's not too chocolatey. If I had this chocolate ganache with a really chocolatey brownie, it just wouldn't fit together. But I'm kind of using the foil paper as a border just so then because I did cut the brownie in half so I could do two different flavors, it wouldn't kind of sink over the brownies and kind of be covering the whole top of it. And instead I used the border of the foil paper so then it wouldn't have the chocolate ganache dripping down the sides. I did a really big drizzle of caramel, but I love caramel. Caramel is just so delicious and yummy. I love it. Another thing I love is just the cutting of bars like brownies, blondies, any type of bar. It's just so nice and satisfying. It's just so fun, I guess. And also it's chilled usually, so it is pretty easy to cut. But these ones it was just sticking all over the place. But yeah, so right now I'm just kind of arranging how I wanted it to be. I was going to do half of the chocolate ganache cosmic ones on one side, then the caramel on the other. I didn't get to fit as many as I wanted to, so I think I did more of the chocolate ganache than the caramel. And I don't remember if all of them finished. I can check because I kind of keep a record of how much people have taken just so I can know what people really like. But anyways, they look so pretty in the picture. But the next thing we're making are some of my favorites. We are making strawberry and red velvet cheesecake stuffed cookies. I have made so much cream cheese stuff that I have gotten used to the flavor of cream cheese, so I'm like kind of okay with it now. Even though it's still not the best, like flavor frosting and all. I love it on cinnamon rolls, like those are the best. But I don't know. I just don't like that I've eaten it so much because of all the orders or just stuff I made with cheesecake. But I'm probably going to be doing a lot more later on this school year, hopefully by God's grace. Because I usually give these to people in my choir class. And I'm moving up to the class that has choir hour 1, equaling that I can make more chilled stuff and bring a bigger box because there's a lot of people in that class. A lot. There's like around 80 this year. But anyways, I can just be bringing like chilled stuff because it's right away in the morning instead of having to wait like 2 hours until that class comes around and not having to risk any health stuff. Basically, I cut the recipe in half, so I was going to do half of it red velvet, half of it strawberry, just because I wanted to branch out on flavors, and I wanted to test out if I can make this strawberry using a red velvet cookie recipe. So replacing the cocoa powder with freeze-dried strawberries, and it did work. And again, I love strawberry stuff besides ice cream, so yeah, that was my favorite, and it did work, and I was so glad. And it's just really yummy and delicious. I love strawberries. But anyways, the next thing we're making are some macarons filled with caramel, and I think this one was for an order, maybe just because of the color. The person who has ordered the most macarons from me from school, like she constantly has like this color of macarons. That's why I know. Macarons aren't in my business. I originally wanted them, but like they are very finicky and I don't want to risk anything. Like there was a time where I made macarons 3 times in one day because I was so badly wanting to have it work for someone I was making it for, like just to make it. And yeah, it was just horrible. It's so sad. But yeah, I love, again, caramel, and macarons are one of my favorite desserts. So putting them together, it's really nice. And then I have these churro crumble cookie copycats. The sugar cookie recipe that I used for this, or the snickerdoodle, I don't even know what it was, but it just wasn't really good. It kind of was more flat than I wanted it to be. But I do have a good cookie recipe that I can use now if I ever wanted to make that again. Another thing I'm super excited for is I can make a lot more like frosted cookies for my choir class, or just for school, I should say. Just because if I can drive, hopefully by then, I can bring a bigger box than what I do because, again, my first hour class is choir, and that's the class that usually most people take my desserts in. And I don't have to worry about stacking anything because they'll just take it right away, maybe. And then I can leave the box in there. And then with my small star box, I can just bring any extras to my other classes because I do so badly want to give it to other people in my classes, not just choir, just so then I can like expand it more. And I just love giving desserts to people. It's just so nice. And when they like it, it's really nice. I don't know if there's ever been a time when they haven't liked it because no one tells me anything. But usually I think it's all okay. Just like some stuff are better than the others, if that makes sense. And these were lemon cheesecake stuffed cookies. And these ones, not that many people took it. And I don't really like lemon in desserts. I love eating lemons, but not in desserts. And then the last thing were some cake pops that I made. I think they were vanilla and chocolate. The design was not how I wanted it to go, but it was still okay. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, tips, or things you want me to bake in the future, feel free to comment down below and have a blessed week. Bye!